Oh, all right. What is up? How are you? This is Daniel Barrett here from AdWords Nerds. As always, you know me. I know you. I'm happy to see you back here. Look, if you are looking for someone to help you with your online marketing for motivated sellers, you know where to go. It's motivatedsellerleads.com. It's motivatedsellerleads.com. That's where you go. That's where we are. We'll be happy to help you out for free. Now, that is a perfect segue. Because let's talk about free stuff, people. Let's talk about free stuff. If you are a real estate investor, you are one of probably the most marketed people marketed to people, I should say, in this world of ours. All right, there are many people that want to work with real estate investors, want to take money from real estate investors, give money to real estate investors, yada, yada, yada. Everybody's got an angle. Everyone's got a pitch or con or whatever it is. And one of the things that I think people like about, I don't know, but I think one of the things people like about me, or for example, my podcast, the REI Marketing Nerds podcast, or any of the places you find me online, one of the things that people like about me is that I tell it like it is, right? Like I actually talk about, okay, hey, like I'm a company that works with real estate investors. Here's how we do our marketing, and here's how we get people to work with us, and here's how other agencies do this. And I kind of open the kimono, right? For lack of a better term, I pull the curtain back and I reveal a little bit about how this world works. One, because I think it's important to be transparent, open. This is kind of our brand, right? It's my brand for sure. And the other thing is that I am kind of demonstrating to you some of the core principles behind valuable marketing, and it's true for motivated sellers just like it's true for anybody else. All right. So let's talk about free stuff. And specifically, I want to talk about free account audits. And I'm bringing this up, I'll be clear, I'm bringing this up because I had a client say to me, so that, this is a client, they're paying us to manage their ads for motivated sellers. We're getting them motivated seller leads or whatever. They'd gotten a couple deals, they're working with us. But, they'd run into some difficulties, right? So the team's doing a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot of strategic back and forth. This is one of the reasons that people hire us, is because it's not, like many companies automate everything. They just put you in a piece of software or robots doing it or whatever. We don't do that. We actually have people, right? People involved that know you, know the business, and learn the market, yada, yada. It's one of the reasons that people like us. So in any case, it's going back and forth. Team's doing a whole bunch of stuff. And he messaged me the other day and he said, hey, just so you know, I had a third party audit the account that you built for me. Here's another thing that's interesting about the way that we work. It's a little bit different from most competitors. In fact, I think all our competitors at this point, although I don't know that for sure, but most people in this space will not let you actually access the Google Ads account that they build for you. So they will build it, right? You give them your credit card, they put it in there, they build your ads, they do all your stuff, but you can't see it. So you can't know what they're doing. You can't know if they ever touch it again. You can't know what's in there. It's secret. It's secret, right? Anyway, it's just a way to get you to stay, because then if you leave, they turn it off. So it's what it is, right? Just being frank. The way that we do it is when you work with us, it's your account, it's your money, you own it, you can see it if you want. We don't want you to touch it, but if you leave, we give it to you, right? We let you take it. And people abuse it all the time. It just is what it is. But to me, it's important to be transparent and open. Again, that's the brand. Transparency, honesty, it's what we do. So in any case, this client of ours said, hey, I had a third party audit the account and they found all these problems. And I said, okay, look, I actually appreciate this because I am always looking to get better. And I actually pay about once or twice a year third parties to come in and audit our work. Not for the clients. I audit our work so that we can get better, right? So I'm like, cool, send it over. But, that's what I said, but I want you to know that a lot of the times what happens is when people audit these accounts, they have an agenda. And they're going to point out things that sound bad, but are either deliberate or or are industry specific or whatever. And I just want you to know before I see it that might happen. And he said, okay. So he sent it over. And here's what was in the audit. He said, oh, Mr. Client, you don't understand. They are targeting your area wrong. They are targeting your area wrong. They got your target market wrong. You are investing, I'm going to make this up. You are investing in Arizona, but they haven't excluded other states. They allow people from other states to contact you, which is costing you money. Okay? So look, if you are an investor, I'm just going to pose this to you. You probably already know the answer, but if you're an investor, which you are, if you're watching this or listening to this, if you're an investor, what's a reason you would want to allow people from other states to contact you? Because they're out-of-state sellers. Makes sense, right? If I'm in New York and I type in, sell my Arizona house, do you want that lead? Yes or no? The answer is for most investors, yeah. That's an out-of-state seller. Person doing the audit doesn't understand real estate investing. It's more common than not. Second thing, person says, Mr. Client, you have to understand. They are doing their bidding strategy, they're bidding on each keyword totally wrong. It's totally wrong. And right now you have single keywords, a single click costing you up to $60. Unbelievable. It should be much cheaper than that. All right. So you may not be familiar with this. I'm going to let you know. Many people aren't familiar with this. But real estate investing is one of the highest cost per click industries that there is. It's right up there with plastic surgeons and lawyers. It's expensive, especially in incredibly competitive markets where there are many investors targeting lots of keywords and spending a lot of money. So in our industry, a cost of $60 cost per click is very high, don't get me wrong, but it is not unheard of, especially in a competitive market like this client was. Now, what this person doing the audit is showing me is that they are used to other industries where the cost per click is much lower. They also are making a huge mistake that many people make. Because cost per click, although it is useful for the ad manager type person, doesn't matter for an investor. What he should have asked the client was, what is your return on ad spend? Because yes, $60 a click is really expensive. It sounds really high. If that takes you 10 leads or 10 clicks to get a lead, that's $600 a lead. If that takes you 10 leads to get a deal, that's $6,000 to acquire a deal. That's a lot of money. $6,000 to get a deal? In any other business, that might be a disaster. But what does this client make per deal on average? $30,000. If I can turn $6,000 into $30,000, am I good or bad at my job? I would say it's pretty good. It's a 5 times return. Can you get that in the stock market? No. Strike number 2. Strike number 3. Person says, oh my gosh, client, I've looked at the keywords that are generating clicks on your account and they are wasting money. You have all these search terms in here that are wrong and weird and we need to get rid of them. Now I said to this, well, look, that's possible, right? So yeah, I would love to know what keywords would you remove? And they said, Well, you need to remove this keyword, we buy houses, because that is clearly a buyer, not a seller. Now, if you are a real estate investor, you've been in this industry for a little while, what do we know about we buy houses? It is one of the most commonly used phrases on real estate investor marketing. You see it on postcards. You see it on bandit signs. And what do people do when they see the postcards and the bandit signs? They Google it. So no, we buy houses, even though it says buy and house in it, it is not a buyer keyword. It is a seller keyword. All these points, there were a bunch of these. They were basically all like this. But all these points follow a similar theme. Here's the theme. This person doesn't know the industry. Even the more technical things, which I'm kind of leaving out because you really get into the weeds, even the more technical things that they pointed out, it's all a case of, I understand that other people do that, but we have tested with real estate investors in the real world, and it didn't work. So we do this, which does. So we don't do things the way that we don't do things the way that the Google Ads for Dummies book told you to do. We do things that work in the real world for actual investors. And it looks very different from what the book told you to do, but that's the world we live in. The reason I started this off by saying, we're talking about free stuff, is that like a lot of times, pretty much all the time, when companies offer free audits of your account, their purpose is not to make your life better and make you money, at least not directly. Their purpose is to acquire your business. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. I've done free audits before. Everybody does them. It's fine. But you have to really go into this saying, I trust this person implicitly. It's got to be someone you know and you respect. And I would say that they could take or leave your business and it doesn't matter to them. Because otherwise, everything they do, everything they say, everything they see gets filtered through the lens of wanting to acquire the business. This is human nature. I'm not saying these people are bad. I'm not saying they're unethical or immoral. They might even think they're doing a good thing. But in the end, it's about sales. And sales is about transferring money from your pocket to theirs. And look, like I said, I encourage people to audit our stuff. I pay for it, and I get a lot out of it. I'm not saying that all audits are bad. But what I am saying is you need to go into every audit, especially an account audit that someone gave you for free. And remember that sometimes the free stuff is the most expensive stuff of all. This is Daniel Barrett from AdWords Nerds signing off. As always, motivatedsellerleads.com. That's where you go if you want to talk to my team about actually getting out there and getting some motivated seller leads and deals online in your market today, right now. We would love to have you. motivatedsellerleads.com. This is Daniel Barrett signing off. Cheers.